I am running out of cash, and if I can't get another creative project in the door, I'm going to have to sell my favorite red hat, which we don't want to happen. So, if you're new here, my name's Kev, I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I'm going from zero to somewhere this month in my creative business without abandoning my creative, authentic blueprint of joy, integrity, and play. We're going to dive into everything that I'm experimenting with, what's working, what's not working, some insights that I glean, and just showing you everything that's present in my creative business. So let's dive right in. So this week, I've been sharing everything I'm learning. I think we're about day 5 of this cowboy architect surfer's journey. And I'm hoping that you are inspired by the vulnerability that I'm sharing and just what it actually takes to run a creative business. And go out there and get projects, because nobody really tells you how to do it, and it's not difficult, but sometimes it certainly feels like it's not easy either. So we're on episode 4. I have 23 days left until I'm broke. And as I like to begin, we're going to do the sketch of the day. This is Área de Módulos Habitaciones no Hotel Spa de Arino. I just took the title straight from this publication. David Martinez and Tangram Architects. Fun little space nestled in a beautiful landscape. So what I like to do about sketch of the day is just keep it under 5 minutes, rough sketch, line of truth, just get the idea on paper, watercolor it, and it's just a way to kind of making an artifact every day and getting something down on paper. So as far as the nitty-gritty of what's going on in my world today, it's been a long day. I had a 7 a.m. business meeting. This is what the meeting consisted of. Do you get it? So my buddy and I are working on a new local business venture, and this is us hashing out the details of how we want to design our business together and how we can start to think about cost and investment. I don't want to share too many details, so it's hard talking about it, but feeling really good about this potential idea, and it feels really good to be supported by wanting to have another co-founder. I'm somebody who's hyper independent, so it's so nice to open up to be supported and to do something with another ambitious human who can actually follow through, and not just someone who's creative and got ideas, but somebody who's actually like, let's get this done, what do we need to happen? So, and I'm like that way too, so it's really good to have that resonance. And along those same lines, if any of you guys have had experience with co-founders, drop me a comment on the best way that I can structure a business partnership, because this is all new to me. So that was 7 a.m. And as far as Design Fab goes, I had a 10 a.m. meeting, and it's a go, yes, on paper, but nothing's really a go until you get the check in hand. So this is for that restaurant project where there's the partition, planner, bench seating. We're going to tear it all out, and we're going to build a steel frame and clad it maybe in some redwood. He gave me the yes, but again, it's like until you have that cash in your hand, you don't know if you really have it or not. So he's a good buddy, so I think he's good for his word, but still stay tuned for that one. And then today was filled with lots of connection and coaching calls spontaneously. So my first call this morning was a product of my network online on Twitter. A good buddy who does guidance coaching wanted to connect because we haven't really seen each other face to face. And he gave me great feedback on my landing page that had flopped last month, and just was great to be held. His capacity for space holding is really deep, so it was beautiful just to have to be supported in that way, because I support a lot of people in that way. So it was a great sort of reflection and kind of a flipping of the script. And just to get feedback on any creative offering that you do is so nice, because sometimes you either get people who buy or crickets and nothing that's constructive of how you can make things better. So that was amazing. Then I had an impromptu coaching session with this amazing human who does portfolio reviews for Forbes, specifically for photographers, but now she's pivoting into embracing more of her music, and she wanted to know how to structure a creative online business with what she knew. So we dove into how to build the base of a business, which is building the right level of your self-narrative, creating the right mindset and embodiment, and a belief system where then you have more firm ground to actually build a business on top of. Because if you build a business on sort of a shaky self-narrative, a narrative that's really turbulent and doubtful, your business is going to be a direct reflection of that. So kind of have to clear the debris of some of the fear and the limitations and the emotions that you're avoiding, and dive into those, clear the debris, and then build from that new foundation. So that was epic, super impromptu, but I love that type of work. And then what else is going on? Website. I have not one, not two, but 3 new articles on my website. So give those a look. The first one is the 5 lessons from a failed creative business. I've failed a lot in my life, so I've learned a lot about what it's like to fail in an expression, but to not feel like a failure, because there's a difference between failing and being a failure. Failing is just inextricably linked to life and pursuit in the outside environment. Failure is a belief system. It's an idea of self. So we need to learn how to separate those two. And then another one is Sushugiban is my somatic therapist, what I learned from my time with fire. And the last one is how to stop overthinking. I call it mental overgrazing. We need to let the pastures of our mind rehabilitate. So 3 new articles for y'all. I'll link my blog down below. And if you haven't gotten my 3 free emotional experiments yet, link down in the description below. Those will help you get unstuck if you're a creative who feels a little foggy and a little confused on your next steps. It's geared towards people who have ambition or want to start their business, but just feel like there's something inside that's a little limiting them. But in regards to today, that's what I'm working on. I'll also be working on my digital product. I don't have much to share other than more design. I got the pages designed, and now it's just plug and play with the content I've already made and filling out more content for that. So stay tuned for that. I'm getting great feedback that it's really transformative and that people are really taking those practices and experiments and seeing the impact immediately on their life. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and watch for the next episode tomorrow. Ciao.